My name is Sergeant Bernie Gaona. I'm one of the firearms instructors for the department, and I help people shoot as best as they can. It's kind of like a parachute. You want to make sure it works when you pull the ripcord.
A very small percentage of what police officers do actually involves firearms. It's a very rare occasion when they have to pull their firearm, and even more rare when they have to actually use it in the line of duty. However, it's such a critical moment that failure to practice really is a failure to prepare.
When I first started way back when, we actually were still carrying 6-shot revolvers. At that time we had the Smith & Wesson Model 10, 6 shots, 38 special. That's what everybody was issued, and we thought we were pretty well armed at that time. At some point we decided to move into semi-automatics.
I carry a Beretta in .40 caliber, Beretta 96 model. I've always carried Beretta since I came on the job. At the time, it was one of only 2 firearms that we had the option of carrying, and it was by far the superior of the 2. When we later transitioned to .40 caliber as opposed to 9mm at the time, one of the models we could pick was the Beretta, and because I had so much time behind the Beretta that I had so many rounds through it, I wanted to stay with a gun that's exactly the same on the outside as far as the weapon craft and the way it's manipulated.
What I'm practicing with today is a .45 caliber semi-automatic pistol. Our department policy allows officers to choose from a wide range of handguns for their carry use.
We have officers carrying a variety of guns, such as the Glock, the SIG, and in fact I carry a Kimber, which is 1911, and that's in the .45 caliber. So we have 9mm, 40, and .45 caliber. This is a single stack magazine, and this is normally what we see with the larger .45 caliber weapons. This is a double stack magazine. The ammunition is actually staggered in here. Our department is pretty fortunate. We actually have our indoor range. Most people do not know that we have a small range downstairs. We have the capability of moving these targets remotely, either independently or from a control system in the back. Most of the officers nationwide involved in shootings are going to be involved in a low light situation, so we can actually dim the lights as much as possible, even very low to little light, where the officer will have to be required to actually use his flashlight or to use a light on his gun. We have a light bar that's set up in here so we can simulate some of the things that an officer might see and cause a little stress.
We shoot a variety of targets. Most of them are humanoid in shape, and the reason for that is, frankly and sadly, to accustom officers to the notion that when they're shooting, they're not shooting bullseyes, they're shooting at something that is a human. This particular target is a long standard recognized target that has concentric rings that gives the officer an idea about how their marksmanship is progressing.
So you aim for the center of the mass because that's where you have the greater margin of error, so in case you do go off to the side or left, you're still being able to engage the target.
One of the things that's important when you're down here in the shooting range, any shooting range, is to protect your eyes and protect your ears. It gets loud. There's a balance between how fast you can go and how slow you want to go. Obviously, if I was shooting somebody in a gunfight, I might shoot a little faster. The shot group would probably spread out a little bit. So that's pretty fast. It's about as fast as I'll go. Still not bad.
This was kind of the staple weapon that officers would carry in their patrol cars. It had limitations. It had 4 shots, and then it was a large club after that. So we went from this to this.
2002, 2003, we introduced a patrol rifle into our armories, and a rifle actually is a far, far superior weapon for a firefight.
It's highly accurate. It's easy to shoot. Officers who have difficulty firing a firearm pick this up and fire this without any problems.
Even in this indoor range at 25 yards, for a pistol, good shooters with a pistol can hold inside the 9 ring. At that same range on this same target, you can shoot this little black silhouette all day long with the rifle with no difficulty.
It has what's called a dot sight, so it's just look down the sight, see a dot, and that's where your target's going to be.
So overall, it's just a far, far superior weapon for shooting accurately and shooting accurately at distances.
Every quarter, we have the officers come down and run through a course of fire.
Today I will be requalifying with Sergeant Hunt.
12 rounds, 35 seconds. 12 rounds, 35 seconds. Lines ready.
I'll be firing my sidearm as well as an AR rifle. So you have to shoot above a 350, and I just shot a 470, which is about low for me, actually. I usually do around the 490s.
I became an instructor, one, because I just like educating people. I've been shooting firearms ever since I was small, and when I get the opportunity to train people, I love it. It's one of the tools we have, and hopefully we don't have to use it, but we want to train in case we do.